Isn't it funny that the last three organizations that Carson Wentz played for, all three of them blamed him? They all pushed the narrative to him. I mean, we all know what happened with Philly in 2017. This guy was stellar, up for MVP, got hurt, actually had his team in home field advantage before he even got injured. So basically, the only thing they had to do was play two home games in the Super Bowl, and they were the champs off the momentum that he created. If you want to give the quarterback the blame when everything goes bad, then you got to give him the praise when everything goes good. He actually put them in the situation that they were. After that, how we put an inferior team together. After that, the team was no good. It was no wide receivers. It was no nothing. And he gets the blame for it. Last year in Indy, they lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars at the end of the year, and all of a sudden, Jim Irsay goes on a Carson Wentz lynching, and he says this is the worst quarterback. All the little weird little comments he was saying. But as you see, they still lost to Jacksonville this year in Jacksonville. So, and if that doesn't add injury to insult, the Washington Commanders signed Carson Wentz, and the very first thing that Ron Rivera says when this guy walks in the door is, just know that you're wanted here. You are the guy that we wanted. After he couldn't get Jimmy Garoppolo. But that's another story for another day. But then it was just weird that Ron had a press conference and they asked him, yeah, why are the other teams doing good in the NFC East except for y'all? And this idiot says quarterback. Knowing that Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the Giants, knowing that Dak Prescott's injured, and I mean Jalen Hurts, the jury's still I know they're 5-0, but the jury's still out with me with him with quarterback play. I'm sorry, I got to see more. I've seen this before. I've seen this book before, but I'm not gonna get into it. So, what did Ron do? The same thing as the other two organizations. Blamed Carson Wentz. He didn't blame himself for the roster that he put together. As far as the offensive line, he didn't blame himself for that. He didn't blame himself for the offensive coordinator that he picked, Scott Turner, who's probably one of the worst offensive coordinators in the league as far as adjustments go, as far as clock management goes, as far as managing the game, period. We probably got the worst offensive coordinator in the National Football. We probably got the worst young offensive coordinator in the National Football League. And that's Scott Turner. And just think, people was actually thinking that this guy was going to be a head coach. Me too. But it's real weird that Ron did that. He threw Carson under the bus and deflected it, created a narrative that quarterback. No, it's not quarterback, Ron. No, it's not. It's coaching. You're 1-4. The Giants are 4-1. Guess what? The Giants don't even have a starting wide receiver. And then you lost to a team. Look, the Giants are 1-4 with their fourth wide receiver playing as their number one. And then we played the team Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not Jacksonville. We played the Tennessee Titans, who had no wide receivers. No starting wide receiver. And they schemed and they beat us. The answer should have been, if I was Ron Rivera, when they would have been like, hey, Bloodshot, why is all the other teams doing good in the division and you guys aren't? Well, coaching. We got to do better. Playing, we have to do better. Offensive line, we got to block better. Defense has been playing good, but we even have to be better and make stops at critical times. Boom. And guess what? We wouldn't even be having this discussion today, Ron. Nobody wouldn't be talking about anything. You could get ready for Chicago, but now everybody's talking about you threw Carson Wentz under the bus, and you did. You didn't put no blame on yourself. When we hired you, you know what you were talking about? You were talking about values. You was talking about positional flex. You were talking about accountability. But when are you going to take accountability? The problem, Ron, is the staff that you put together. And I mean, you can fix it if you want to fix it, but you need to show that you're trying to fix this thing. You put a terrible staff together, and during the offseason, you had a chance to put a formidable offensive line together. You had to do what you had to do to get your quarterback. You let everybody know that you were desperate to get a quarterback, and then you just didn't put them in the best position to win. Now, I give it to you. You did get a running back. You did add weapons. But this game will always be won at the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter. This game will all. You know why Philly's looking good as they're looking. They give the credit to Jalen Hurts, but it's the line of scrimmage. They control the line of scrimmage on defense. They control the line of scrimmage on offense. The same thing with Dallas. And the Giants are just winning because they just probably got the best coach in the NFC East right now. I'm sorry. They might have the best. They're going to be a problem. We're already light years behind a team that's in their first year. And this guy's talking about quarterback. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that bell. Let's take command.